Was King Tut's mummy actually cursed? Did the curse kill everyone who disturbed the mummy's restful sleep? Were Egyptian pharaohs communicating with other advanced civilizations that we don't know about? Or was it the aliens behind their technology? Why are some parts of Tut's chest and his ribs missing? You may have studied all about the simple details of King Tutankhamun's discovery, but what your teacher may have skipped are these 6 mysteries related to his mummy and his death that still remain unsolved. Keep watching to know more about these 6 mysteries. Number 1. The mystery of the Pharaoh's curse. When King Tut's tomb was first discovered in 1922, after 3,000 years of restful sleep, some believe that the Egyptian pharaoh had unleashed a powerful curse of causing death and destruction upon anyone who dared to disturb the restful sleep of the mummy. There have been claims that an inscription was reported to have been carved on the royal tomb that said, "Cursed be those that disturb the rest of the pharaoh. They that shall break the seal of his tomb shall meet death by a disease which no doctor can diagnose." This theory especially came to light when George Herbert, the 5th Earl of Carnarvon and the main financier for the excavation of Tut's tomb, died mysteriously from a mosquito bite. Yes, you heard it right. Herbert surprisingly died by tearing open a mere mosquito bite while shaving, and he died of blood poisoning shortly thereafter. Legend has it that when Carnarvon died, all the lights in his house mysteriously went out. But the question remains, was it the mummy's curse that took his life, or was it just a pure coincidence? Number 2. The mystery of Carter's role in the prophecy. Because mummies were buried with a lot of treasure, they definitely became a hot target for thieves. So it is also believed that it was Howard Carter, the archaeologist who first found and discovered Tut's mummy, who put out the story of the curse. They say that this was Carter's way of keeping thieves and intruders away from his history-making discovery. Despite popular opinion of the inscription on the royal tomb, Canadian Egyptologist Donald B. Redford has refused to accept this claim as authentic. According to his report, the evidences relating to the mummy's curse are so meager that he has viewed them as unadulterated claptrap. Due to lack of concrete evidences related to the curse, the question remains, was Howard Carter himself responsible for the popularity of the curse of the pharaoh? Number 3. The mystery of the controversial victims. Just like Lord Carnarvon, there are many other people who died and are believed to be associated with the curse of the pharaoh. While this list of victims is really long, in this video I am only going to mention the more popular ones. Victim number 1. Hugh Evelyn White. British archaeologist Evelyn White visited Tut's tomb and may have also helped excavate the site. After witnessing 24 excavators die within a short span of time from the excavation, Evelyn White hung himself, but not before writing his last message in his own blood that claimed, "I have succumbed to a curse that forces me to disappear." Victim number 2. Aubrey Herbert, Lord Carnarvon's half-brother. It is said that Aubrey became a victim of the curse just because of his association with his half-brother. Born with a degenerative eye condition, Herbert eventually became totally blind. When the doctors claimed that his blindness was associated with his teeth, Herbert got all his teeth pulled out in order to regain his vision, which did not work, and Herbert died of sepsis. Victim number 3. Aaron Ember. American Egyptologist Aaron Ember was friends with a lot of people who were present when the tomb was opened, including Lord Carnarvon. Ember died in 1926 when his house burnt down. Now this may seem like a natural death, but the story behind it does not seem quite so natural. Ember could have saved himself from the fire just like his other family members. But upon his wife's advice, Ember tried to save a manuscript that he had been working on for a long time and was caught by fire. Wanna know the name of the manuscript? It was called The Egyptian Book of the Dead. Victim number 4. Richard Bethel. Bethel was Carnarvon's secretary and was also the first person behind Carter to enter the tomb. He died in 1929 under suspicious circumstances as he was found smothered in his room in an elite London gentlemen's club. Victim number 5, Sir Archibald Douglas Reed. Reed was not even an excavator, he was just a radiologist who x-rayed Tut's mummy, got sick and died within 3 days. Are all these deaths related to the mummy's curse, or were they only unfortunate coincidences? The mystery of the use of toxins. Many researchers have claimed that the tomb houses where the mummies were laid to rest could have been sealed using pathogens that can be dangerous or even deadly to those who open them even after thousands of years. So the theory is that maybe the whole idea of this curse was purely biological and not supernatural. The mystery of the surprising meteorite metal dagger. When the tomb was opened, it was found to contain a metal dagger amongst many such items that was still exceptionally sharp even after thousands of years. Tests have revealed that the metal came from a meteorite. So the question remains that when ancient Egyptians did not own the technology of making a dagger out of meteorite debris, then where exactly did this dagger come from? Because of this discovery, many Egyptians believe that maybe the Egyptian pharaohs were communicating with another civilization that we have no idea about. What I find even more difficult to believe is the claim made by some theorists who say that the dagger was left by aliens. Number 6. The mystery of Tutankhamun's missing heart. Post-Tut's discovery, an X-ray had revealed a very surprising and astonishing fact. Most of Tut's front ribs and breastbone were missing. We know for a fact that ancient Egyptians believed that one could live again after death provided the body was preserved in a lifelike condition. This is the whole reason why they developed the science of artificial mummification, a process in which the body's internal organs were removed before mummification and preserved separately in jars. During the phase and time of mummification, Egyptians did not know the function of the brain and hence threw it away. And it was the heart that they preserved because they thought and believed that the heart was the reasoning organ in the body. It is possible that for this reason, Tut's heart was preserved instead of his brain, and hence parts of his chest were missing. So those were the 6 baffling mysteries related to the Boy King that make him the world's most famous yet controversial mummy. For more trivia and interesting facts related to topics that you've commonly read, do subscribe to Between the Lines and press the bell icon for more such videos.